I can't even place it. The last time I sat in this seat for coming out of Christianity, and it's been a while, and you see, I never intend to leave this huge gap, because the last conversation that we were having was a very significant one, and listen, I mean, I want to go back there again, talking about who called the tree my father, and you see the symbolism here, and the metaphor here is something that is parallel to what is actually happening in our modern day religious life that a lot of people are indulged in, and the fact that many people are not really reading in between the lines. And most people, as a matter of fact, when they see this, that who say to the tree, "You're my father," they you in our spiritual background, there's not a single person, African, that had ever said to a tree, not that I know of. There's not a single, and I talk to a lot of people, I talk to a lot of elders. There's not a single tradition or spirituality or organization in or culture or clan or tribe that calls the tree my father. This don't happen amongst our societies. Nobody calls the river my mother, my father. Nobody will look at the stone and say, my father. No. Whenever our fathers or our elders or our high priests or people like me who do spiritual work, whenever we are praying, we are invoking any power, any authority, the first person we give reverence to is the Creator. None of our fathers, none of our forefathers ever turned their back on this fact. There's not a single day an African elder will stand to pray. Well, I'm speaking majority for West Africa, because I know more of West Africa. But interactions that I have with people from the eastern part of Africa, central part of Africa, southern part of Africa, I've never heard any one of them say this, that their elders actually pour out libations or invoke certain entities, and they don't give reverence to the Creator. This don't even make sense in our spiritual. There's not a single standing or gathering that they would not give reverence to the Creator. The first thing they say is Oduman Kmochedi Ampon Kwame. They show it to Oduman Kwame. Whatever they have, whatever gift, whatever offering. So if Jeremiah is saying, who said to the tree, you are my father, this is certainly not talk about our spirituality. Because majority of people would actually look at this. I know I did it in the previous video, but that is so sweet. You see, I'm going to use the same Bible they used to trick us, to turn you around. The same Bible. That's why I love coming out of Christianity Tuesdays and Spirit Fridays. In as much as I'm not able to bring Spirit Fridays your way anymore, I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm really trying to work it out. I'm really trying to work around it. And Spirit Friday is definitely on. It's definitely going to come back. I mean, the minute we settle down, a lot of people are going to fall in place. But I love doing this because ignorantly, majority of people will look at this Jeremiah 2:27 and say that this is why our people went into slavery. This is why we are under so cursed, because our fathers were worshiping the trees and the stones and everything. No. So let's even pretend this was the Creator speaking. Definitely this is not to our fathers, because there's not a single elder. I've shown you lots of videos of elders pouring libation. What do? First thing, they show to the Creator. Oduman Kumayadawa say, Ochedian Paul Kwame, or said. I'm trying to get some of the appellations. Niode Kantan Kwesio. To me, right? Papa yada wase. Our gratitude always first goes to the Creator. It never goes sideways. So if this is supposed to be the Creator, and the Creator supposedly, which nobody has ever heard the voice of the Creator. Let me calm down. I'm just doing an introduction. Let me calm down. Nobody has ever seen the Creator. Nobody else. So this is definitely not the Creator. But let's even pretend. Sorry. Let's just pretend this is the Creator. This is not even possible. So this certainly is not talk. So all the ignorant, I don't want to call anybody names, all those ignorantly speaking and saying that these are the reasons why our fathers went into. Our fathers never turned their back to the Creator. If anything at all, the only people on the face of the earth that has always given reverence and recognition to our Creator is our fathers. Go to the churches. Go. How many times do you hear even Allah, 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 Jesus, Jesus, Jesus? How many times do you hear songs about the Creator in the Christian world, in the religious world, in the religious settings? Every religious setting is circled around their leader, who was created anyways. So this is certainly not talking about our fathers. Who say to the tree? They forget that the very person they are calling Savior is the very person that supposedly was supposed to die on a tree. Because the truth matter is, in those days there was no hanging, there was nothing like a cross. Nobody was hanging anybody on a cross. You're hanging on the tree. No, it's a tree. Check your history. So, who said it? How many pastors call Jesus my Father? How many church Christian folks call Jesus the Father? Because they read places like I am a Father one. Total loss. But we need to dig into the very thing they used to turn, to program, to delude us. And we need to use the same to unturn a lot of things that has been done to our people. That is why I keep coming back to the scriptures. I say this all the time. I'm going to make sure I use the same tool to undo the wrongs that they've done amongst our people. It's not about me. I'm good. In the sense that I'm out. It's not about the people, just about the people in the community. We are all learning here, but most of the people in the community are out. So I actually do this for you that is constantly looking at these things. Oh, he's blaspheming. Oh, he's lost. Oh, he's going to hell. Oh, I'm praying for him. Thank you for your prayers. Pray for me. Thank you. I need them. Oh, he used to be so good in the church. Now look at. Thank you for your prayers. Speak positively though, because when you say any other prayer apart from positivity, it's going to come back at you. Listen, now she's going to get you. Don't play. We are not people you play with. If you are speaking, speak well. Don't speak ill. It'll come back for you. It will hunt you down. Okay? But I'm actually doing this for you. They're still stuck in the deception and the lies. Who say to the tree, you are my father? And who said to the stone, you give birth to me? For they have turned their backs to me and not their face. But in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise. Who is coming to save you? If you turn your back on the gods of your fathers, and yet you want to call on your fathers to save you, you want to call on these same gods you disrespect. You want to call, I'm glad I'm not any of these gods. If I was them, I'm not coming. You disrespect and you dishonor. And then you want me to come back to you? I'm not coming, I'm sorry. But I'm not doing that. I'm not coming. So whoever you are, wherever you are, I'm saying this to you from the depth of my heart. Do this for yourself. At least I'm meeting you halfway. I'm showing you some of these clues. Those who call the tree my father are in the churches. Those who say to the stone, you gave birth to me, they go around Saudi Arabia. Our fathers never said any of these abominations because our father knew that the tree did not give birth. Even the Mother Earth, our fathers do not say the Mother Earth gave birth to me. They always give gratitude to the Creator. Then they talk about the Mother Earth, even though the Mother Earth gave us the body that we have. I know there's an insane introduction. But I get excited though, because every time I get an opportunity to come your way, and I'm humbled by it. Okay? I am. Let's get into it. Let's get into today. I'm hyped. I'm hyped for this. And honestly, I know I gotta continue what I started a couple of weeks ago, but I truly don't even know what I'm going to talk about today. But I'm definitely going to say something. And I can't wait to actually hear myself say the things that I want to say today. Let's go into it, man. Welcome to the Melanated Truth. My name is Kojo Mental. I'm always humbled. I'm always excited. And I'm always glad that I get this opportunity to come your way to actually have a conversation with you and go to the Bible. And I love to do this. I actually love to go to the Bible. I love to know. I don't like ignorance. I don't like not to know. I love to know. So I'm definitely glad that I get to do today. And listen, I'm always humbled by you guys. I'm always humbled. Like I say all the time, people have thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of subscribers. We have 700 now, and I'm grateful to you guys that you even listen. I'm nothing without you. You are the reason why we. Of course, you know we're not getting paid for this. Nobody's giving us anything for this. It's matter. I don't say anything about it now. But I do this from the depth of my heart with joy, with absolute joy. And every single day that I come on set, I'm looking for that one person. That one person that would be blessed by this. Just one person. And anytime I see that one person click, like, comment, listen, I'm humble. And I want to say this, thank you guys. Thank you everybody that leaves a comment every time you watch it. You guys rock. Like I don't want to mention names and comment myself, but you guys rock. I see all of you guys that constantly press the like button, leaves a comment and say something. You guys are amazing. You see, when I see those comments, in as much as when I check through the notifications, I see the comment, and I skip through some of them. I just quickly read through some of them. Most of them are smart of because I see in the notifications, so not necessarily that I get a chance. You know, the only way, it's not like I'm being arrogant about it. I'm all over the place for you. You know, I'm all over the place for you. So, but definitely every time I get a chance, you see it. I react to the comments and all of that. So thank you so much. Thank you for the person that made us get to 700 subscribers. You're totally amazing. If we can get to 1,000 before May, I'll be excited. I'm excited now, but if we can get to 1,000 before, and I will tell you why. If we can get to 1,000 subscribers before May, listen, I'm so glad. You guys will make my day, you know, and I'll tell you the reason why on that day. But thank you for being a part of this community. Thank you for hitting the descriptions in the button and coming into the community page, the WhatsApp page. That is where you actually got to come to, the WhatsApp page, because that is where you get the notifications on what is happening when I'm teaching, what I'm teaching, meditations. You get to be part of our weekly sacrifices. You get to be part of our weekly classes on the I Am program. Listen, that is where all the information comes to. So if you have subscribed already and if you constantly watch the video, then please hit the link in the description and come into the community so that you can learn. You can learn. I'm learning every day. Okay? The community is for you. And I want to say a big thank you to our sister Caroline for deciding to join our community, not just being a member and all of that, but actually bring videos for us to upload. Listen, the content. I'm excited. I've announced this several times that if you feel if you have a content and you want to share with us, just hit me up. Send me it. When you come into the community, you can get my direct number, right? Send me a direct WhatsApp. Tell me, I've got this content. Let's go through it. I'll upload it. This is our community platform. This is not me. This is the melanated truth. My name is not even there. This is the melanated truth. So I get excited every time new people come at me and say that I have this content. Do you mind if I share it? Listen, bring those content in. Maybe you are in whichever African country you are. You've had conversation with elders discussing spirituality, having conversation about spirituality. Please bring those videos in. Maybe you pay a visit, a trip. You pay a visit to the shrines. Whatever. Please bring your content in. You can be in the diaspora and you have any spiritual experience, whatever it is, questions, answers, whatever it is. Please bring your content in. I know I'm speaking too much. I want to dive straight into it, but I needed to say this. Please, thank you, Caroline. Thank you, truly appreciate it. Thank you to you that is watching, and please hit the subscription button, hit the notification button, and leave a comment after this video and like it, of course. Like it. But I want to say a big thank you to our Creator, the Father, Oduman Kuma, to the Mother Earth, as I see it, to the powers that be, the powers of the air, the powers of the earth, the powers of the water dimension, the powers of the fire dimension, and they see and I join and happening, and I couldn't and they feel and I mean them was sit. And I mean, we are grateful. Now I mean we are grateful. Nothing. 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 I'm humbled. Nothing. I'm humbled. The gods that are in this house. Listen, I want to say a big thank you to Ama Ghana for constantly holding Ghana down. I want to say a big thank you to Nabusum Scan, Nabusum Afram. I want to say thank you to Naherman Nabrabona, all the powers that be, the 77 gods of Cape Coast, the language, Nana Propentamen, of course, the God. The king of the gods in Cape Coast, Nana Tebi, all of you guys, you rock. These gods are amazing. And also Obokofi, I met Obokofi over the weekend, and Nana Obokofi, I totally honor you wherever you are, and we are grateful that we had an amazing conversation last Sunday. And of course, I want to say a big thank you to Nana. Nana. Listen, I don't want to waste very much time. Let's go straight into it. I want to continue from what it means to turn your back on the God of your background. You know, oftentimes when I talk about, the minute everybody hear me say the gods, they go like, oh, he's an idol worshiper. You say angel, and I don't tell you that you're an idol worshiper. You call on the cross, you have the cross, pictures of Jesus, all of that. I don't even call you an idol worshiper. Well, let me not use the word God. Let me use the word abosum. Abo, meboso, sum. That which I cherish most in my heart. What you call angels, our fathers call them abofo, right? Above were literally messengers of the God. Messengers. Not just of the God. Anybody they send on errand. Anybody they send from one community to another community is an angel. Or bofo. Or bon komo. Or bo. Or boy and koko. Or bofo. one who cautions us, one who renders information, one who passes information on. So you are honoring the messengers. Everybody say, my guardian angel, my guardian angel, my guardian angel. You are honoring messengers. Which are people? You are honoring messengers. But yet the God that delivers the message to the messengers, you don't want to hear. When we speak about these gods, you say it's an idol worship. Come on. When are we going to wake up? The giver of the message and the messenger, who is of value. I mean, no wonder Christianity, you value Jesus over whoever is supposed to send Jesus to come and die for you. Come on. So every time I say the word God, people look at me like, but you serve a God. If you, as a matter of fact, if you are in a religion, you serve a God, you're a slave to a God. You're a slave to the God that has that particular religion. If you're Muslim, you're a slave to the God Allah. If you're Christian, you're a slave to the God Jesus. In our spirituality, nobody is a slave to anybody. When our fathers met the gods on the farms, by the rivers, by the waters, they had a conversation with our fathers. They said, bring me home, I want to help the house. Bring me, I want to bless your family. The gods were not looking for anybody to service them. Every time our fathers met a God, the God was stepping in to protect, to defend. God was not stepping in to kill. A true God does not kill. A true God does not enslave. Because the God says, I'm coming home to protect the house, to care for the house, to shield the house, to ensure that death does not happen in this house, to ensure that every single child in this house comes into themselves and awareness. These are the duties and the responsibility of the God. This is how the Creator has made the God. Gods don't show up to enslave you. Gods are not to enslave you. Any God that ever came to you and said, come and be my servants, tell that God, Kojo said, God are not supposed to do that. When a God shows up in the community, in the family, and you have to give reverence to the God, you have to give sacrifice, you are not serving the God. In that sense, the God is serving you as well. Because every time you're in trouble, the God is supposed to show up and protect you, right? It's done that service to you. Don't we call the military, the forces serving the nation? So if you talk about the ways of our fathers, then as a matter of fact, the gods are serving us. Because they are the ones that are fighting. They are the ones that are the 24 hours vigilance. Constantly protected, constantly watching through, constantly seeing who is serving who. You that are constantly sleeping, and they that are constantly parading through the community and vicinity and showing that no evil begrudge the community. Who is serving who? Our fathers were being served by the gods. Religion is telling you, serve its gods. That should be a good title, right? The gods, our fathers were served by the gods. Let me title. Now I'm getting my titles from the message. Our fathers were served by the gods. They were. Think about it. The gods were the ones that were fighting and protecting. The gods were the ones that were defending. The gods were the ones that were securing. The gods were the ones that were bringing increase on the farms. The gods that were the ones that were ensuring that wealth is nothing. Now, most of our communities, right? Every elder died leaving gold behind. Search about it. Because gold was a symbolic illustration that a god inhabited a particular house. A god was with a particular family. Gold was a stamp of the spirit. Gold was not meant to be used as ornamented and put them in jewelry. No, that's not gold was meant for. Gold was meant as a signage that says that a god is in this particular house, and this particular house is protected by the god. That is why we call it sikakoko, the blood money. Sikakoko, the red money, blood money. But what do we have in our generation today? The things that were supposed to be used as altars signifying that a god resides in the house, we've used those things to become material, valueless things that gets put on your fingers, rings and all of that, and you decorate yourself. Yet when you put all these golds around you, when somebody shoots you, you lay down and die. If these golds were where they were supposed to be, the gods never intended for any person to use gold as ornament. Golds were spiritual things. So when you saw the chiefs and our elders use gold, they were literally telling the community, we are chosen by the gods to lead, to represent this community. So gold is a spiritual diamond. Why do you think the world goes in chaos every time they take these minerals from plate? Oh. That's not my subject for today. Right? Another time we'll talk about it. Okay? So last time I got to, and no, before I do, I want to address something. Quickly, I want to address something. So, one of our brothers came. Okay, I don't really know if he's with us or not, but he passes a lot of comments in the community. So he came and said, but what exactly did so-called black people do to the gods that has led them to be wretched of the earth? Brother, your name is Oracles of the Bantu people. Well, if you are indeed the oracles of the Bantu people, you should know that black people are not the wretched of the earth. Who told you black people are the wretched of the earth? No, I'm I'm not upset. I'm not attacking. I'm just having a conversation with your brother or sister. Maybe your sister. Who said black people are the wretched of the earth? Where are you getting that from? Are you getting that from the news they tell you? For information, black people are not. Black people are the most treasured people on the face of the earth. We are the only race that has been studied by generations. Why? If you are the most wretched on the face of the earth, why would they spend billions of dollars knowing how you work? Researching everything to the latter, including your teeth. And they research your teeth. Why is the black man's teeth so strong? Do you spend billions of dollars researching something that is wretched? So, brother or sister, I don't know where you are getting this perception from, but I don't know what black people you are referring to. But if the black people that I know, certainly. Today, the most richest person ever lived on the face of the earth was a black person. Currently, black people have more money than any person, any other race on the face of the earth. They just don't show you. Our leaders are corrupt and thieves. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them, they only think about their stomach. So when they come in power, we are the only people that somebody actually goes to an entire school program just to become a politician and steal money from the state's coffers. We are the only people that do that. Yes, other nations do that as well, but ours is horrible. We actually don't come in and say, I want to leave a legacy behind. I want the next 10 generations to enjoy the work that we lay down. That is why you die and go, our leaders. That's why you die and go, and nobody honors you. And you come back in this dimension and you come and be beggars. You don't understand spiritual things. If you are a leader, you should seek spirituality before you consider yourself a leader of any black nation. Because if you keep misleading and misappropriating state funds, the gods are waiting, the elders are waiting. Those who have passed on are waiting in the afterlife. Why do I say afterlife? Christian terminology. There's nothing like an afterlife. That life does not have an after. They are waiting, and you are coming back as a beggar. Keep stealing. This nation, I can speak for Ghana. This nation is governed by the God. Amen. And I'm a Ghana. You take you sit in power, take the state's property. Why am I speaking this way? See, black people are not the wretched of the earth. Please correct that thought. Black people are not the wretched of the earth. What mistake did our fathers make? How can a race of people be downtrodden for centuries? Arabs used to castrate Africans from the... Listen, please, let's do the research work. Black people have done worse to a lot of people as well in time past. We are not that innocent in this. And I'm not applauding people doing whatever to people. All that I'm saying is that before you go pointing fingers at anybody for being... I want to say this right so that nobody misquotes me or misrepresents me. Everybody else was serving our ancestors, our great ancestors, because our ancestors were seen as the gods, and everybody else, every history, they would twist it and turn it and say that, oh, extraterrestrial activities and what have you, people from... Listen, it's not true. They are literally talking about your great ancestors, but they cannot put the black name to it. They cannot, because the minute they do, they're lost, they're gone. So before anything else, our ancestors were the kings and gods of the land of earth, and everybody else was serving them. So before you point fingers, we made the first mistake. Our fathers made the first mistake. And the mistake is we didn't treat everybody that well. We didn't treat everybody that well. And these people learned from some of the cruelties that they suffered, and they vowed amongst themselves that they are going to pay for what they've done to our fathers. So I'm not necessarily saying this is a payback time, but everything they are doing, that we taught them to do these things. We taught them to do these things. So before you go about, there's a black people are trodden upon it by everybody. No. They saw everything we did. They copied it, learned it, mastered it, and brought it back to us. You understand? So they adapted the same techniques that our great ancestors were using, and they brought it back and inflicted and said that we are never going to allow our race go under again. Do the research. Okay? Don't just speak like that. 7th century slaves were being taken from East Africa to Iran, Iraq, etc. What exactly did our ancestors do wrong so that we do not repeat the same mistakes again? That is my question. What did we do wrong so we don't repeat our mistakes again? I mean, this question is triggered, caught my eye. So I'm just trying to address it. I'm still going back to what I'm talking about today. What did we do wrong? How should I say this? we took ourselves for granted. We took the things that we were blessed with for granted. We became so fascinated about materiality or materialism that we forgot about spirituality. So we shifted our focus onto the things that has no value to replace things that has values. And ironically, some of the gods are doing that. It's sad, and I love the gods, and I'm always speaking on behalf of the gods. But some of the gods are trading spirituality for materiality. So therefore, they are doing the biddings of men just for certain things to be used, certain material things. The gods are not supposed, the gods are making the same mistakes. Some of the gods, not all of the gods, some of the gods are making the same mistakes our ancestors did. And guess where we are? If some of the gods, and this I'm speaking to the gods, if some of the gods don't take care, if they don't take care, some of them will lose their position, they will lose who they are. Never a point in time should a people let go of spirituality. And I use spirituality, and I've explained it in the classes. It's just the process of life. Most people lose focus on the process of life and begin to chase after materiality. These stories they go about our father sold our brothers and sisters for mirror. We had mirrors. Come on, for comb. We were teaching the white people how to take their bath, how to use soap, how to even brush their teeth. You saw the video I did yesterday about Okanto. We had the first mouthwash in the world. What did they know about mouthwash? Everything they have said, the material things they have said, that's the thing. We underestimated ourselves. We undervalued ourselves. We took ourselves for granted. Hence, why we lost who we are and have come into this mess. My answer to your question, it's time we start putting value on ourselves. It's time to put values on who we are and what we are and what we have. I can be saying all these things for decades. Nobody will listen. Oh, of course you will listen. That's why you're here. But a lot of our people will not listen. Let a white person come and say the same things I'm saying. I go to the villages and people look at me now, what they do? Let white people come into these villages and take these documents. You'll see how our people will be flying all over the place. Saying, oh, our spirituality has always been the best, just because a white person is saying it. So these are the flaws that is keeping us under. Where we place less value to who we are and place huge significance to something else. When we start valuing ourselves, when we start valuing the things we have, when we start valuing who we are, we start patronizing ourselves. No, we don't. And that is the mistake. And that's what I'm saying. Some gods are making the same mistake, and they will lose their identity. They will lose who they are. They will lose their authority as God. And men will be promoted in those status. Listen, I'm speaking deep things, and the gods know I'm speaking deep. The gods know I know what I'm talking about. They know. They know. So this is the mistake. I'm not going to blame, oh, we turn our backs on the gods, oh, we did this, oh, we did that, oh, we didn't do this, oh, we did that, oh, no, I'm not going to go all of that. This is not a blame game. This is not a blame game. I don't need to know all the, I don't need to know all rules, regulations, I don't care about all of that. What value do I put on my own self? How do I value my own self? How do I see myself? I was saying something on the prayer page today, and I was saying that we are here to let everything else experience our existence. If you don't place value on yourself, how is anybody going to experience your existence? You understand what I'm saying? How's anybody going to place value on your existence? So this is, we stopped trusting in who we are and we started trusting something else. This is why we were where we are. This is why we've fallen off. And even in our state of falling off, we still are the most powerful people on the face of the earth. So this is our lowest form. Our lowest form commands more power than any of their highest forms. So you can imagine if we would actually start appreciating who we are and start placing value on who we are. Do you have any idea how deep we would go? Come on. He asked another question. Christianity only came recently. Africa was already in chaos by the time Christianity came. What exactly did our ancestors do to anger the gods? Africa wasn't in chaos because the gods were angry. Africa was in chaos because some greedy bastards, and I'm sorry, I never use these terms, but it irritates me. Before Christianity came to Africa, they were already in Africa. Christianity is the last slavery technique or slavery tool they used, because they knew the wickedness that they did was going to catch up to them. So they had to bring another system to still step on our necks. So in as much as you think they went out of Africa and they seized slavery and they were never into slavery. Slavery has never been abolished. Are you kidding me? Slavery is existing in this modern day era, where we cannot build our own houses. Oh, sorry, I'm going on top of my voice. Some of these things is so ridiculous. We are a group of people that built Europe, but yet every time we want to put up skyscrapers, we have to employ Chinese, we have to employ Lebanese, we have to employ Israelis, we have to employ everybody else but ourselves to build our own structures. How dumb can we be as a people? I'm sorry, but it's really, you see, when the problem is that we are blaming the God for what happened to us. We don't want to take responsibility. The gods are not the reason why what happened to us happened. We are. We are. We disrespected the gods. We underestimated the gods. We disvalued our own self. Are we not doing the same thing in our modern day? What kind of food do you eat, my brother? Oracles of the Bantu people. What kind of food do you eat? You see how you trade your local food for foreign food. That is what happened to our people. We traded what we have for what has nothing to do with us. We traded our gods. That's why we are where we are. We traded our gods. You see, when these people started coming to Africa, I'm going off, sorry. When these people started coming to Africa, our fathers were kicking them out of this continent. The gods were, if you don't know the stories, go to talk to the elders. This is how come I'm coming into the truth. I'm having conversation with the elders. The gods chased them out like pigs. And they developed the tactics. If only we can cause them to disconnect themselves from the God. So the gods are not cursing us. Are you getting it? The gods are not fighting it. The gods can't wait for us to wake up. We are our own hindrances. We have become our own enemies. If I pick up a snap today and I say, Oduma Kume, Papa, and Sanye, Sasia Mami Mimonsa, Jensa, Matapa Jensa, assure to me, if the gods will show up. So if the gods have abandoned us, or the gods are angry at us, and the gods are fighting us, why would they show up if you pour libation today? For 30-something years, I was never paying attention to the gods. All of a sudden, I start pouring libations and they are all around me. So who abandoned who? I'm telling you, if we embrace what we have, who we are, our spirituality, these people would run away from our continent. What exactly did to anger the gods? Could it be human sacrifice? What are you talking about? Human sacrifice? Nobody on the face of the earth has indulged in human sacrifice more than these people. Human sacrifice. So if human sacrifice is the reason why our gods are angered, right? And that is why supposedly we are supposed to be the wretched of the earth. Why are these people that are use human beings for lab rats, use human beings over the period of time, use human beings a lot, still making it, still succeeding? I get what I'm saying. I think about the world wars. What was the world wars really about? Were the gods the ones fighting the wars? Go and do this research. I don't want to speak on this subject. That's not my subject of interest. But go and search. All the killings, all the murders, all the trials, all the wickedness, they are still getting material wealth. So this has nothing to do with it. I'm not applauding human sacrifice. I'm against human sacrifice. You have no idea. It's not even to even offer animals as sacrifice. Let's talk about human. Are you crazy? But what I'm saying is that these people have killed humans more than any other people on the face of the earth, and yet we still look into them like, hey, these are the people that are making it. They are so blessed. When we start valuing who we are and embracing it, every race that embraced their culture became powerful. These people, they embraced their culture, you know. Like I was saying the last time, all these foreign gods, well, who made them? The Chinese are embracing their culture, embracing their God. The Indians are doing the same. The Arabs are doing the same. Allah is a God of the Arabs. They're worshiping. Who are your gods, black man? Our God served us. They stayed with us. They were in the house with us. They protected us. They defended us. They fought for us. I don't need any weak God to come around me. I'm being honest. If you're God and you're weak, you're not strong, you don't know how to fight, you don't know how to defend. I ain't got nothing to do with you. No. I'm not lazy, so why should my God be lazy? You gotta work. You gotta put in the work. You saw how Nana Fejayma displayed on the last sacrifice. She was wild. I go crazy, she goes crazy. That's a God who fight for her people. He has the last question. I'm just excited about his questions at the same time. Why is it that everywhere African people live, there's chaos, poverty, and suffering? Listen, I'm done with these questions. Brother, I'm not disrespecting you. I'm not. And this, or if we are chosen people, that is religious talk. That's Christianity or religiosity. So I'm not doing this with you, brother. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna do that. We've come too far to indulge in that. You know what I'm saying? We've come too far, brother. We have come too far to indulge in that. So I'm not addressing